His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nithai Gaur Premanande. Om Jnanatimandasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshurunmiltam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swarupa Kadamahayam Dadati Swapandantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuddhapadakamalam Shri Guruna Vaishnavanscha Shirupam Sagrajatam Sagan Raghunatham Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadhuvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagan Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamscha Jai Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanscha Kalpataruvescha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Paunebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 4, and Text 28. Sati quits her body. Please repeat after me. Tat Pashyatham Khe Bhuvi Chadbhutam Mahad Ha Heti Vada Sumahan Ajayatha Hant Priya Daivat Amasya Devi Jahav Asun Kina Sati Prakopita. Hare Krishna. How do you sing this? Tat pashyatam ke bhuvi chaj bhutam mahad. Haheti vada suman ajayata. Hanta priya daivat tamasya devi Jahav asunkena sati paro prakopita. Jahaz asunkena sati prakopita. Tat pashyatam ke bhuvi chadbhutam mahad. Tat pashyatam ke bhuvi chadbhutam mahad. Haheti vada sumhan ajayata. Haheti vada Hanta priya daivatmasya devi. Hanta priya daivatmasya devi. Jahav asun khina sati prakopita. Tat pashyatam ke bhuvi chadbhutam mahad. Haheti vada samhan majayata. Hanta priya daivattamasya devi. Jahav asun khena sati prakopita. Tat pashyatam ke bhuvi chadbhutam mahad. Haheti vada sumhan ajayata. Hanta priya daivattamasya devi. Jahav asun khena sati prakopita. Tat pashyatam ke bhuvi chadbhutam mahad. Haheti vada sumhan ajayata. Hanta priya deva tamasya devi. Jahav asun khena sati prakopita. Tat, that, pashyatam, of those who had seen, khe, in the sky, bhuvi, on the earth, cha, and, adbhutam, wonderful, mahat, great, ha ha, oh, iti, thus, vada, roar, su, mahan, tumultuous, ajayata, occurred, hanta, alas, priya, the beloved, daiva of the most respectable demigod, Lord Shiva, Devi Sati, Jahav, quit, asun, her life, kena, by Daksha, Sati, Prakopita, angered. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Is it too cold? When Sati annihilated her body in anger, there was a tumultuous roar all over the universe. Why had Sati, the wife of the most respectable demigod, Lord Shiva, quit her body in such a manner? Please repeat. When Sati annihilated her body in anger, there was a tumultuous roar all over the universe. Why had Sati, the wife of the most respectable demigod, Lord Shiva, quit her body in such a manner. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. There was tumultuous roaring all over the universe in the societies of the demigods of different planets. Because Sati was the daughter of Daksha, the greatest of all kings, and the wife of Lord Shiva, the greatest of all demigods, why did she become so angry that she gave up her body? Since she was the daughter of a great personality and wife of a great personality, she had nothing to desire. But still she gave up her body in dissatisfaction. Certainly this was astonishing. One cannot attain complete satisfaction even if one is situated in the greatest material opulence. There was nothing Sati could not achieve, either from her relationship with her father or from her relationship with the greatest of the demigods, Lord Shiva. But still, for some reason, she was not satisfied. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam 126 explains that one has to achieve real satisfaction. Yayatma su prasiddhati. But Atma, the body, mind and soul, all become completely satisfied only if one develops devotional service to the Absolute Truth, Lord Krishna. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje. Adokshaja means the Absolute Truth. If one can develop his unflinching love for the transcendental Supreme Personality of Godhead, that can give complete satisfaction. Otherwise, there is no possibility of satisfaction in the material world or anywhere else. Om Jnanatimrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmiltam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. When Sati annihilated her body in anger, there was a tumultuous roar all over the universe. Why had Sati, the wife of the most respectable demigod Lord Shiva, quit her body in such a manner? So, as from this verse, Sati left her body in a very, very frightening way, we can say. Why? Because she was very angry with her father, Daksha. And she didn't want the body that Daksha gave her. It came from the father. And the father insulted her husband, Lord Shiva, the best of the demigods. So she couldn't tolerate that. And in the big assembly, it happened, where Daksha was performing a yagna, a big yagna, and all the demigods were present. Even Lord Shiva came because Sati wanted her to come, although he was not invited by Daksha, his father-in-law. So to please Sati, his wife, he came. And Daksha, his father-in-law, insulted him, his son-in-law, in a bad way. So Sati could not tolerate that. So she decided, because of her husband was insulted, she decided to leave the body given by her father. So, in great anger, she was really angry, fiery. She sat down in meditation and invoked the fire god to consume her, and she was burnt to ashes. That's how she left her body. So when she did that, the whole of the universe, there was a tumultuous roar, sound like a lion. And all the demigods were wondering, why did Sati do that? Although she had everything. She had the best husband, she had the best father, who was the king of the universe at that time. He was a Prajapati, so she had everything. But somehow or other she wasn't satisfied, so she left her body. So, it was astonishing. Srila Prabhupada writes, one cannot attain complete satisfaction even if one is situated in the greatest material opulence. Isn't it? We can see practically now that all the people have everything. They are not satisfied. Materially they are very well off. They have palaces, they have all these material opulences like cars and servants and lots of wealth, prestige and power, but they are still not satisfied. This is a practical example Srila Prabhupada is giving. Even in the past histories like Hiranyakashipu, he had everything. Even Ravan, he had everything. These are good examples. But they were not satisfied. So why were they not satisfied? Because they were trying to please their senses, not please the senses of the Lord. Rishikesha. They were trying to please themselves for their happiness. So they had lots of lust, anger, greed and all those anarthas that we all have in some degrees, which we have to get rid of. These I think 6 anarthas: Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad and Matsarya. 6, eh? Kam is lust, Krodh is anger, Kam, Krodh, Lobh. Lobh is greed. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh. Moh is ignorance. Moh, attachment. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad. Mad means madness, ahankar. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad. Matsarya means jealousy, hatred. Right. So these are the anarthas that we all have to certain degrees. And the worst ones are the first 3, Kam, Krodh, Lobh. It is said by the acharyas that these are the 3 guides to hell. Kam, Krodh, Lobh. Lust, anger and greed. So, examples of this, good example is Hiranyakashipu, Ravan, Kam, Krodh, Lobh. And what happened to them? Although they had all the material opulences, they had everything they needed, but ultimately everything finished and they were, they had to be killed. They were demons, demoniac mentality. Because this Kam is the worst one. It starts from Kam, then Krodh, then Lobh. So Prabhupada explains that because of this, all the material opulences that we have, we will not be satisfied unless we try to satisfy the senses of the Lord by doing devotional service. Please the Lord, not please ourselves. That's the real satisfaction. So we have to develop this unflinching love for the transcendental Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, and that will give us complete satisfaction. That will give us. So there are some verses in Bhagavad Gita. I've got two that I tried to get to connect to this verse. Chapter 3, text 37, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Kam esha krodha esha rajogun samudbhava mahashano mahapapma vidhi enam iha vairinam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "It is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world." So it starts with lust, calm. So it's in the purport. Prabhupada writes, when a living entity comes into contact with material creation, his eternal love for Krishna is transformed into lust. In the spiritual world, we have love for Krishna, but when we come down to this material world, that love turns into lust. Prabhupada writes, in association with the mode of these three modes of material nature, passion. Or in other words, Prabhupada writes, the sense of love of God becomes transformed into lust, just like milk in contact with the sour tamarind transformed into yogurt. It can never change into milk again, but fortunately we can if we try our best. In devotional service, we can change our lust into love. So the other one, the other shlok is 1621, which talks about this anger. 1621. Trividham narkasyadam dwaram Nashanam atmana kama krodhas tatha lobhas tasmad etat trayam tyajat. Translation: there are three gates leading to this hell. Even Krishna says that. This is the verse. There are three gates leading to this hell. And that's lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should give this up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. In the purport, Prabhupada writes, the beginning of demoniac life is described herein. One tries to satisfy his lust, and when he cannot, anger and greed arises step by step. A sane man who does not want to glide down to the species of demoniac life must try to give up these three enemies which kill the self to such an extent that there will be no possibility of liberation from this material entanglement. So,
in which chapter is this one?
This is 1621. So we all know about this Kam, Krodh, Lobh, lust, anger, and greed. And these are the three gates to hell. Even Krishna says that. And all sane people should try to avoid this. Not avoid, get rid of this. The three enemies. The enemies are within our heart. We don't have to look outside. You know, this Kam, Krodh, Lobh. There's a good shloka or doha. It says, Jahan daya taha dharma hai, jahan krodh taha kal, jahan सॉरी, जहाँ दया तहाँ धर्म है, जहाँ लोभ तहाँ पाप, जहाँ क्रोध तहाँ काल है, जहाँ क्षमा तहाँ आप. Krishna. We used to sing that back in Fiji. दोहा है, जहाँ दया तहाँ धर्म है, जहाँ लोभ तहाँ पाप, जहाँ क्रोध तहाँ काल है, जहाँ क्षमा तहाँ आप. In English it is just like this. जहाँ दया तहाँ धर्म है. Daya means compassion. Wherever there is compassion, there is dharma. Jahan lobh tahan paap. Wherever there is greed, there will be sins. Jahan krodh tahan kaal hai. Wherever there is anger, there is death. Death of this, well, whatever the body is, and the mind and so forth. And jahan krodh tahan kaal, jahan क्षमा तहाँ. Wherever there is forgiveness, there is the Lord there. Where there is forgiveness, there is Krishna. So, there are 4 pillars of dharma, you know that. 4 pillars of dharma. And that is related to, connected to those 4 principles that we follow, regulative principles. First one is no meat eating, na? So that relates to daya. If we have this compassion, then we will not kill. The 4 pillars of the dharma. First one is daya, means mercifulness. The other one is no gambling. And that is, one is tapasya, austerity, no gambling, and the other one is mercifulness and truthfulness. Gambling is related to that. So these 4 pillars is related to these 2: mercifulness, purity, and so on. So, we have to, we are so lucky that we are in this movement. It's Prabhupada's mercy, Lord Chaitanya's special mercy, that he came in this world to teach us how to serve Krishna, how to do bhakti. And the process is very simple. We have to connect ourselves to Krishna, and that's the easiest way to connect to Krishna is by chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So to get rid of all this lust, anger and greed, this is the best way, Chant the holy names of the Lord. It will purify our heart and get rid of all the anarthas. It will take time. It depends on how much we have, what quantity of all these anarthas we have. So this will help us, and of course read and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, associate with devotees, Nam Sankirtan. Lord Chaitanya says, Prabhu kahe, Vaishnav Seva Nam Sankirtan, Dui kare Shigra Pave, Shri Krishna Charan. So if we just do Vaishnav Seva, save Srila Prabhupada, save your Guru, save the Vaishnavas, and Nam Sankirtan, chant the holy names, do Harinam, distribute books and prasadam, this is Nam Sankirtan. So if we do that, we will be able to get rid of all these anarthas which we have. So I'll stop here. Anyone has to add something to today's? I'll just read that translation again. When Sati annihilated her body in anger, there was tumultuous roar all over the universe. Why had Sati, the wife of the most respectable demigod Lord Shiva, quit her body in such a manner? Yes, anyone has to add or anything to clarify? This katha is going on for long. It's a long katha, isn't it? Daksha curses Lord Shiva. Sati quits the body. And the next one will be lots. It's still a long one. So yes, we should.
Prabhuji, those who are not devotees and those people who have these vices like anger, some people have a lot of anger. How could we advise them to? You have already got that over. Yeah, but for non-devotees, to tell them to control the anger sometimes becomes very difficult.
No, just don't talk about non-devotees. Talk about ourselves first. We also have that, isn't it? Controlling you just reflect ourselves. At home, we get angry with our children, with our wife or husband, isn't it? So we have to control ourselves first. We teach ourselves first, and then look at others. Anger is there. It has been there, like Ravan, like Hiranyakashipu, and Durvasa Muni. But the result of anger is destruction. They were all destroyed. Even Durvasa Muni was running away from Sudarshan Chakra. So we have to check our own anger, reflect on our own selves. We are doing it, and so that means we are not chanting properly, we are not hearing properly. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about myself as well. So we have to check our own selves first. The anger is there everywhere outside, is there definitely, because they are in mode of passion and ignorance. We are at least we are trying to be in Sattvic Gun mode of goodness with the blessings of Guru and Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. So when we can do ourselves, then we can talk about others. Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else want to add something? Anger, the fire.
Anger management course.
That cause is there, but the process is here with us. Simple process, but which is very difficult to execute. So chant properly with really humility and sincerity, and early in the morning. Anyone else? Prabhu, you want to say something? Prabhu? Ratnalekha? All right, so this is a warning to us, to everybody. Look at this, lust, anger, greed, all these 6 anarthas which is present in everyone. So we have to try our best to get rid of them by, sincere devotional service to Krishna, to Vaishnavas, to Guru and so on. We will be able to manage this. Otherwise nothing will work. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Radha Girdhari Bhagwan ki jai, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Jai Shri. Thank you, Prabhu. I hope things were